Alright, welcome back. Miyettí Allah breaks silence as it asked the federal government to do the following for Fulani herdsmen. Alright, the news in details. In recent months, criminality have increased in Nigeria with the Fulani herdsmen, one group which many Nigerians are pointing accusing fingers at. Killing herdsmen, like they are called, have caused mayhem in the country, especially the southwest where their cattle thrive on fresh vegetation. The crimes these killer herdsmen have committed are endless, and as a nation, we cannot continue like this, as we have to find a solution to the end of criminality from Fulani herdsmen. Alright, if we start to trace our steps, we will find out that this whole matter started as a result of cattle rearers roaming about the country in search of fresh vegetation for their cattle. Well, along the line, Fulani herdsmen started invading people's farms and encouraged their cattle to eat up people's crops, bringing discord among farmers and herders in the country. Alright, the quarrel did not end there, as the Fulani herdsmen sought to use weapons to inflict injuries on those who opposed them. Meanwhile, the Miyettí Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, have thought about where it all began, and they have revealed a solution to this problem. Well, according to Nigerian Tribune, Miyettí Allah have urged the Muhammadu Buhari's led government to order the usage of several grazing reserves around the country so that the Fulani herdsmen would not have any need for roaming. Alright, which will eventually cause problem between them and other Nigerians. Alright, and then this had been said, okay, according to Nigerian Tribune here, it has been said that 400 grazing reserves is not sufficient to accommodate herders in Nigeria, Miyettí Allah tells federal government. Alright, and then as it is, while briefing the Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, in Kaduna yesterday, Miyettí Allah told the federal government to develop the 400 existing grazing reserves in the country, as there is no need to build new ones. The group urged the federal government to provide education, healthcare facilities, and other essentials in the grazing reserves, which will benefit all Fulani herdsmen. Alright, and then the National Secretary of Miyettí Allah spoke. We are sitting on a time bomb, and the government is not taking this issue seriously. Unless we address this now, I am afraid in the next 10 to 20 years, people may not even be able to travel anywhere in the country. This issue of herders is not a northern problem, but a national one that needs to be facilitated holistically. Alright, and then the government should see to settling of herders in the grazing reserves and avoid the present situation where they are scattered all over the country. This is the cause of the problem we have today. Alright, and then these herders should be provided the necessary education, health, and other facilities in the grazing reserves when their status improves. Alright, and then this will boost their productive capacity and the productivity of the country. Alright, the operation of the grazing reserves should be carried out as urgent as possible. Alright, and then that has been it on this one. Well, this one is another great development by the Miyettí Allah. Okay, and then to this, it has said that Miyettí Allah breaks silence by telling the federal government to do all these following, which had been that there should be a special grazing section land that the herders will always assemble instead of roaming around the country. Alright, and that has been it on this one. Meanwhile, There are some reactions I have here, and then it has been said, according to what has been gathered, that okay, fine, if the federal government will be able to do this, let them even try. Let the federal government start from somewhere, because as it stands, majority of people are not even enjoying themselves. A lot of people have gone bankrupt, and a lot of people have not been able to feed for quite some time right now, simply because their farms are being destroyed. And then majority of people are also still indebted to a lot of companies, because most of all these farmers you are seeing, most of them, they are always collecting loan. They are always soliciting for loan to do all this work, all this farm work, to invest in their farm and all that. And in the end, these herders will enter the bush and destroy all their crops and all that. So this has caused a lot of havoc and a lot of killing in the country, so to say, because as it stands, no, it has brought enmity amongst the farmers and the herders, most especially the Fulani herdsmen right now. Of course, wherever they see the Fulani herdsmen, the reverse has always been the case, because these people do not want to see them at all, because they believe that they are deadly to their livelihood. And then as it is, no, we can't continue like this, and I think something needs to be done urgently. Yes, something needs to be done very fast, so that everybody will be able to live well, everybody will be able to do things rightly, so that there will be peace in the land. It's very important, because as it stands right now, majority of people cannot even sleep with their two eyes closed, simply because they believe that anything that makes them to harass any Fulani herdsmen is going to be attack. And then no, all these sort of people do not want trouble. The farmers do not want trouble. What they are after is no, what the way they've been living well. This is the only thing they do to get fund. This is the only thing they do to get money to feed themselves, send their children to school, and they don't have any other job. But since the emergence of these herders in the bushes and all that, there's been a lot of problem. A lot of people have even lost everything, and then that has been it. So I think something needs to be done in no time, so that we can have a better people, a smiling people. Or else this will not be fine at all. Things will not go on well, because a lot of destructions have been happening because of all these activities of the Fulani herdsmen trying to overtake people's land. And then that has been it on this one, my people. Meanwhile, let me have your take on this one, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.